Hey guys, today we are looking at areas of circles and sectors. So sectors make it sound like something is happening in a science fiction movie, right? Like there's an emergency in Sector C. It's almost nothing like that. All right, so first of all, the big thing to remember from last time was the area of a circle is pi times the radius squared. R is the radius. Good deal. So it says that we want to have exact answers. Exact means it has pi in the answer. So your answers for all of these are going to be some number pi. So let's look at that first one. They're actually meaning the entire circle. I know nothing really looks bold there. But right here, 12, that's our radius. So to find the area of this circle, we're going to take pi times our radius, which is 12, squared. So 12 squared is 144. And remember, the pi just comes along for the ride. And then we're in area, so that's centimeters squared for the units. But now let's look at this next guy. This time we only have 1/4 of that triangle, right? Or that circle. So our area is going to be 1/4 of the area of the circle, pi times the radius squared. So in this case, my radius is 13. So I'll take 13 squared and get 169. And now I'm going to take 1/4 times 169. The easiest way to do that is just put them on top of each other. 169 over 4. And then we'll put that pi there at the end. And then we're in centimeters squared. Let's look at the next one. So over here, now we have 3/4 of a circle, right? So now we'll take 3/4 of pi times the radius squared. So in this case, our radius is going to be 13. So 13 squared is 169. So I'm going to go ahead and put 3/4 times, and I'm going to put 169 on top. I'm going to put a 1 on the bottom. And that pi is still coming along for the ride. And remember, when we multiply straight across. So 3 times 169 is 507. 4 times 1 is 4. So we have 507 over 4 pi. Now, it's easy to be able to tell when we have these easy fractions, like that's definitely 3/4. That's definitely 1/4. Here's what we know. That was 90 degrees. Out of a full circle of 360. If we were to simplify that, that's how we get 1/4. Over here, if we were to take that angle measure in there, 270 degrees, and put that over a whole circle of 360 degrees, we would simplify to 3/4. So when we're looking for the area of a sector is just part of a circle. That's what we were finding up above. We are going to find that by taking the degree measure that they give me inside of the circle over 360, and then multiply that by the area of the circle, pi times the radius squared. So, real quick, give you the detailed definition of a sector. It's the region inside of a circle formed by two radii and the intercepted arc. It's part of a circle. I like to think of it as a slice. It's like a slice of pie or a slice of pizza. Some of them are big slices though, so. All right, so let's look at the area for each circle. So if we want to go by the formula up above, we totally can. So area equals, we know a little box like that means 90. So we'll have 90 over 360. Pi times the radius here is 12 squared. Now at this point, if you looked at that and you were like, that's still 1/4 of a circle, Mrs. Davis, great. Call that 90 over 360 1/4 times pi. And then 12 squared is 144. 1/4 of 144, or 144 divided by 4, is going to leave me with 36. And the pi just comes along for the ride. They didn't give me any units, so I'm not going to worry about it. Let's look at this next one. Now, this one is not so easy to say that's how much of a circle it is. So we'll have to go based off of our formula. The degree measure that they give me in there is 30 degrees over 360 times pi times the radius in there is 4 squared. So here's what I would do if I were you. In my calculator, I would have 30 over 36, or 360, I'm sorry. And then I would multiply that by 4 squared. Remember, 4 squared is 16. And then don't put the pi in the calculator. The pi we're just going to write down with it. So in your calculator, you're going to put 30 over 360, and then multiply that by 16. And when you do that, you're going to end up with 4 thirds. So you can keep that as 4 thirds pi. A lot of times you'll see that written as 4 pi over 3. Good deal. Let's take a look at this one. So we're going to take our degree measure, 110, and that goes over 360. Pi times the radius squared. In this case, our radius here is 6. So then if I were you in my calculator right now, I would be putting 110 over 360 times 6 squared. 6 squared is 36. And then we're not going to put the pi in the calculator. We're just going to write the pi down later. So when we put 110 over 360 times 36, we're actually going to end up with 11. And then the pi just comes along. And that's in feet, so that's feet squared. All right, this last one. Now, it's tempting to go ahead and put the 60 in there. But remember, we want the shaded stuff. So I want the rest of this. We know that a full circle is 360 degrees. So we can subtract out the 60 that we don't need to get 300 for the degrees of what we actually want. So for our area, we'll take 300 over 360 pi times our radius squared. Our radius right here is 8. So then we'll pop that into our calculator. We will take 300 over 360 times 8 squared is 64. And then remember, don't put the pi in the calculator. Bring him along at the end. So when we put that into our calculator, we're going to end up with 160 over 3. Thank you, calculator, for figuring that out for us. Pi, or that pi can go up in our numerator. 160 pi over 3. All right, see you guys later.